After almost a week of abusing the power of Diana to the fullest, I was sad to see her go. The 25 pet luck she gave as a perk had transferred to almost 40 extra pet luck after all my stat multipliers, and with her gone, I had lost quite a bit of it, making it a lot harder for me to make profit through activities such as doing mobs that drop rare pets or just crafting them. Yet, as Mayor Aatrox approached, I realized that there would be a new power to wield, a new way I could manage to make millions of coins off this mayor. And no, I'm not talking about some sort of Slayer boss. Even though those potentially do make quite a bit of money for the higher tiers, it isn't even a lot compared to what I was about to do. And at the same time, my Slayers were just too. There was no way I could make a good amount doing anything related to Slayers. And then I realized it. I had just made hundreds of millions of coins crafting pets just last week with my god pet luck setup. However, back then Diana was mayor, so the only pet people really needed were griffins, a pet you unfortunately cannot directly craft. Even though the chances of me getting a legendary pet from crafting were significantly lower, there were several pets that had extremely high demand, and the prices for super enchanted eggs, the crafting ingredient in pets, was also a lot lower. This means that I could potentially make quite a bit if I crafted the right pet during this mayor. As soon as I looked at prices, my suspicions were confirmed. The first pet I saw was the zombie pet. Where I had sold the legendary versions for about 3 million coins during Diana, the lowest bid often went as high as 15 million coins because all of the reasonable priced ones sold. Obviously, nobody is going to be buying a zombie pet for 15 million coins, but this just showed how high the demand was. I know I had to act fast. I put on my full Legion 5's renowned superior dragon armor, my Minos Relic Black Cat, the Daedalus Axe, activated my tier 5 beacon, and crafted as much as I could. I got decently lucky, one time getting 7 legendaries in a row. I put the legendaries on the auction house for as much as I could. Prices changed a lot, but I usually sold for lows of about 4 million coins and even sometimes highs of 7 million coins each. After a total of 20 minutes of effort, not counting the time it took each pet to sell, I made over 100 million coins. This couldn't be considered a 300 million coin an hour money making method though, as this 20 minutes was also spread over having to adjust prices constantly, and I only had so much age slots each time, so I had to keep putting pets on the age. Still pretty crazy for money though. That wasn't all though. Anybody would know that you can only make how much people buy. Even though people bought more, I wasn't going to be making crazy amounts because there isn't infinite demand. Then I realized people need the wolf pet for Slayers too, and I found out that prices for epics and legendaries of this pet had risen. I was getting about a 40-60 chance for a legendary to an epic, which made these crafts extremely profitable, as I usually lost about 1 million coins when I crafted the epic one, but made more than 4 million coins when I got a legendary one. In this 30-second clip, I made about 10 million coins through crafting 3 legendaries and 3 epics for completely average luck for me. Obviously, I still have to get these pets sold, but like the last one, the fact it's this easy is insane. In total, this made me about 100 million coins in less than half an hour of total crafting time. This was also a lot easier to sell in general than a zombie pet because the demand was actually much higher, and I was buying instantly instead of creating buy orders, so I didn't have to worry about my orders having to fill. Then, there was one final pet that I knew I had to craft, the final challenge. The problem was, I don't have the recipe for this pet. You see, before and during Diana, I ran a minion in my extra minion slots to unlock every single pet recipe in the game. However, I had just started running the next pet I wanted to craft, the spider minion for the spider pet, and with Aatrox as mayor, I saw this as the perfect pet to craft, as you would lose quite a bit if you crafted an epic, but because demand was so high, the legendary prices were like 5 million coins profit every time you got one of those, which was perfect for someone like me who had a lot of pet luck. Now back to the plot. I only had 25k string collection at the start when I needed 50k to even unlock the recipe. I didn't want to change like 10 of my slime minions to spider minions because that would be way too difficult and annoying at the same time. So I did the only thing I could do to speed up the process. First, I bought some hyper catalysts and dumped them all into my minion so that it would be able to generate the materials a lot faster. Then I spent a few hours farming tarantula slayers to level up my slayer levels as Aatrox was mayor and get string collection at the same time. The output was surprisingly low however, and I was only able to get about 10,000 string from all this grinding. After a while, the spider minion was fortunately able to obtain the rest of the string collection I needed. With the recipe now in hand, I created large buy orders of enchanted string to craft a pet. I made sure to craft as much as I could and thought I would be able to make a lot of profit quickly. Unfortunately, I was wrong. Even though the profit and loss was what I had said earlier. There was another factor, one that is completely out of my control, my luck. You know, not my pet luck, but my actual luck. Even with a 500 million coin setup and working to get a 3 billion coin pet luck setup, after crafting half a stack of spider pets, I caught about the same amount of legendaries as someone would with a 0 pet luck setup. Still taming 50 of course, but that's what everybody should have. In total, I made about 8 million coins, not even counting the fact that I still needed to pay quite a bit in age taxes and wait for everything to sell, as well as use up valuable age slots that I also needed to sell other pets with. So overall, I consider this a defeat. However, after this bad sales, I will be crafting even more. Statistically, my luck will become closer and closer to my expected luck the more I craft. So let's just see what I'll be able to make profit on that. However, since I really need to get this video out and I've already spent 2 full days editing it, that part will have to wait till next time. It isn't in there though. As Aatrox continues, I will continue to craft these pets until this video inevitably hurts my profits after more people start doing it. When Aatrox leaves, however, I'll be sad, but it doesn't matter, because there is a new mayor, a new power to wield, a new way to make millions in a way arguably much better than what I have done with Aatrox, relating to the most powerful weapon in the game, the Hyperion itself. So I hope you enjoyed, subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's video on Paul.